Welcome to your exclusive presentation of MMCRU Royal Athletics on Fuller Digital Solutions.
Alrighty, folks, we are here in Marcus at MMCRU Meet the Team. Yeah, can you hear me through your headset? You won't be able to. So I'll try to talk about here. Here in Marcus as we are meeting the Royals, Meet the Team, and first I am joined by head coach Cam Kuchel. So, Coach, welcome first off, and tell me a little bit about how things have gone here. We're kind of not where we originally planned to be even today, really, as we were originally going to be over at Sunrise Park in Remsen, but now here. So, kind of tell me your thoughts on the initial part of the season.
For sure, we're 2-1 to start the year. Faced a good Unity team, lost 9-3 up there after we got rained out here. Actually, this is the second game we've had to move locations on a home game for us. So, but we took down Trinity 10-0 and HMS 16-0. So the bats have been getting along pretty good, and the pitchers have been throwing some strikes for us.
Yeah, and what would you say? Do you say, through the first couple games, especially your first couple of victories, batting or pitching kind of the strong suit through those first couple games?
They both have had their moments. We've definitely been hitting the ball a little better. We struggled on the mound a little bit against Unity, but they're a very, very good ball club, top level 2A squad. So we expected a little bit of struggle there from all our guys on the mound and at the plate. But yeah, I'd say our sticks are the highlight so far.
Absolutely, and we obviously want to know you as a coach as well. So tell us a little bit about yourself, maybe where you're originally from. What year is this coach in the program
This
for
is
you?
my 6th year for me. I'm from Remsen, Iowa, originally Remsen Union. I am married with 3 little kids, Easton, Joanna, and Natalie. My wife, Kimberly. We live in Remsen yet. And this is my 6th year here. I coach basketball as well, and 6 years in that. I've taught at MMCRU all but 6 months. I taught 6 months at Akron, so this is home for me.
Gotcha. What do you teach here?
I teach special ed.
Gotcha. Awesome. Well, Coach, what's one thing kind of looking forward this season that you're really, really excited about? Any goals that either you kind of have for the team or that you and the team have talked about this year?
Yeah, a lot of the guys we've talked about, we made a district final last year, and we'd like to see ourselves back in that situation with a chance to move a little further this next time. So that's kind of been the recurring theme throughout our team.
Absolutely. Well, we have a game here tonight, so best of luck to you. Thank you. And thanks as always for chatting with me here.
Appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks.
All righty.
You're going to thank her.
All right. And who am I speaking with?
Owen Schrader.
Owen Schrader. So how are you doing today, first of all?
Pretty good. How are you?
Awesome. So a beautiful day here for some baseball. Hopefully it stays that way as we got some rain coming in these next couple days. But let's first off, kind of for the viewers and the listeners who maybe don't know you, tell us a little bit about yourself. Maybe introduce yourself, what grade you're in, who your parents are, that sort of thing.
All right. So I'm Owen Schrader. I'm from Lamar's, Iowa. I come to MMCRU. My parents are Rick and Stacy Schrader, and I have one sister, Gracie Schrader. She's a freshman, and I'm a senior this year.
Absolutely. So, you're a senior, one of the upperclassmen, and I'm assuming you've played baseball your entire high school career. So, what's something that you're really excited about this year as kind of like that upperclassman and your kind of final hurrah here?
I'm hoping that we just continue to stride. Last year we had a really good season, made it to the district final, and I'm hoping we can make it there again.
Absolutely. And, tell us a little bit about some of the positions you play on the field and the ways you contribute to the team.
So I play first base, and I also DH sometimes for people that are struggling to hit the ball during season. I occasionally play second base as well.
Absolutely. So kind of over there, that steady hand at first base. I like that. And, what would you say is a strength of your game that you kind of pride yourself on?
Hitting. I strive at hitting. Last year, there was some slumps that I went through, and I got it figured out, and I've been hitting the ball a lot better.
Awesome. Well, we wish you the best of luck tonight, and obviously the best of luck here for your final season here at MMCRU. But thanks for chatting with me.
Thank you.
Awesome. And we'll get our next Royals baseball player up here. Alrighty, get the headset on here, get squared away. And who am I speaking with?
Cody Evans here.
Cody, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Awesome. So I want to, let's introduce yourself first, kind of let us know who you are, maybe who your parents are, and that sort of thing.
I'm Cody Evans. I'm from Remsen, Iowa. Originally from Sioux City, but moved here when I was like 3. My mom is Lori McMahon, and my dad is Curtis Evans.
Gotcha. Awesome. So let's start by kind of let us know what you do on the baseball diamond as far as positions you play and things like that.
I'll occasionally play third base, not too much, but I'm more of a pitcher.
Gotcha. So kind of talk to me a little bit about how you feel you do as a pitcher. What's kind of the most important thing that you like to keep in mind out there on the mound?
Just not be stressed out so much. Just have fun, be loose.
Yeah.
And just have fun mostly.
Kind of a short memory in that way. If you make a mistake, maybe spike a pitch in the dirt, you kind of got to reset in that way.
Yep.
Awesome to hear. So, what about any goals for you? Do you have any goals this season, either yourself or for the team, that you'd really like to accomplish this year?
For myself, last year I didn't do the best. I had some struggles at the end of the season, but this year I haven't started yet. But I'm gonna I'll be the backup today for the first pitcher, and I feel a lot better this year.
Yeah.
My arm's feeling good. I throw a lot of junk balls, like curveballs and changeups. Those are my two main pitches I throw.
Yep.
So that really gets them off centered there for the
Sure.
hitters. I'm not the fastest thrower. I throw like 70, 72, but I can locate the ball pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely, and I'm sure that's a definite strength of your game. Now, tell me a little bit. Like you said, you're kind of maybe in the relief section here tonight. I mean, is that a role that you're comfortable with at times? Especially when maybe that first pitcher may struggle. It's kind of the reliever's job, kind of come in and pick up your teammates. So is that a position that you're really comfortable with here on the team?
Oh yeah. I mean, I'll do anything.
Yep.
I mean, we're all together as a team. We got to work together as a team. We do our own roles. And just have fun out there as well.
Absolutely.
Got to pick each other up every time we can.
Yeah, I like how you put that. Well, Cody, thanks for chatting with me, and best of luck tonight. And we might be able to get a chance to see a pitcher tonight,
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Cody. All righty. And a little debate between who is going next, but now it's going to be Mitchell Schnepp up here. Sir, how are you doing?
Pretty good. Yourself?
I'm doing great. So, tell me a little bit about how things have gone this year so far. And at first, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Tell the people what your name is, who you are, how old you are, that sort of thing.
My name is Mitchell Schnepp. My parents' name are Matt and Angie Schnepp. I have two younger brothers, one which you will be talking to later. And yeah, I live around Owens, Iowa.
Gotcha. So I kind of want to start with you, Mitchell. Talk to me a little bit about the track season. You were had some success in the track season, so maybe a little later kind of coming onto the team than maybe some others that weren't kind of down there in state track. So kind of how has it been kind of roll from one sport into the next?
Rolling into baseball right now through track was hard. I think I had about 4 or 5 actual practices before we started the season. And as soon as we got done with state track, we had a game right away. It's kind of hard to get going, but now I'm getting the movement, just getting through it now.
Sure, yeah, a couple games under your belt and kind of knock the rust off a little bit maybe. Tell us a little bit about kind of what you do on the field in terms of positions and that sort of thing.
I'm our varsity starting first baseman. The other day I did started pitching the other day. I had 14 Ks for the win against Trinity, and that was a good way to start out the season.
Absolutely. So tell me a little bit about at least what you feel kind of a strength of your game, both on the mound and then on first base.
I feel on the mound, my ability to not let the pitch before bother me, make an error, don't let it bother me again, and just try and do my best every pitch.
Yep, and you got to. It's really mental in that way. And you're a senior, is that correct?
Yes.
So do you have any idea what you're going to do come this fall?
This fall, I'm going to be attending Dort and playing football, and hopefully I'm going to be majoring in egg business.
Absolutely. Well, Mitchell, we wish you the best of luck tonight and also in your future there at Dort and obviously this year on the baseball team. Yeah. Thanks so much for chatting with me.
Thank you.
And that was senior Mitchell Schnepp for the MMCRU Royals. Now we are doing another changing of the guard here, and we have another Royal baseball player up to bat, if you will. Who am I speaking with?
Dylan Dirks.
Dylan, how are you doing today?
Good.
Awesome. So let's start by kind of introducing yourself to maybe our viewers who aren't familiar with who you are. Let's start with maybe your parents, how old you are, and that sort of thing.
I'm Dylan Dirks. My parents are Brian and Krista Dirks. I'm 18 years old. I'm a senior.
Gotcha. So kind of your senior year is baseball. You've kind of done something every year of high school?
Yep.
Gotcha. So, what's something kind of your senior year that you're most excited about this year?
Just probably DHing because that's what I'm
That's kind of
doing.
a spot that you're comfortable with and
Yep.
one that you're definitely familiar with.
Yeah.
So, I mean, talk to me a little bit about the DH position because it can be unique in regards to how it's played in relation to the others. I mean, half of the game, if you'd say you're kind of sitting on the bench or when everyone else is out in the field kind of staying loose, you're kind of waiting for your turn at the plate. So what are your thoughts, or how do you make sure you stay ready for any given at-bat while you're DHing?
I watch the game, so I'm all ready to go.
Sure.
And when I get up there, I'm just focused in and
Yeah.
way to hit the ball.
It's something you do, and you do it well. So tell me a little bit, any goals that you have for yourself or anything this year for the team that you're really looking forward to?
Hit very good and get on base and score some runs.
Absolutely love it. All right. Well, Dylan, appreciate you chatting with me, and best of luck tonight, and best of luck this year on the team.
Thank you.
Thank you. All righty. And now we're going to do another transition here and get our next MMCRU Royal into frame. All right. How are you doing, my man? What's your name?
Good, Mason Grage.
Mason, awesome. So tell me a little bit, first of all, kind of introduce you to maybe our viewers and listeners who don't know you.
Mason Grage. My parents are Jason and Jackie Grage, and I'm the catcher for the Royals baseball team.
Gotcha. So, catcher, what year are you?
I'm a junior.
Junior. So, gotcha. So, kind of, this is the first year maybe you're kind of having that upperclassman role?
Last year at the end of the season, I was playing varsity because our varsity catcher was injured.
Gotcha, absolutely. So maybe, like you said, already kind of have some experience.
Yeah, I do have some
experience
that way
coming back.
Yeah.
And talk to me a little bit about the catcher position, one of those very leader positions on the field, and got to take command.
Yeah, I do enjoy the spot I have on the field. It's really it's fun for me to play.
Yeah, absolutely. Touch the ball every single pitch and that sort of thing. And kind of always in the action, never really taking a break.
Yeah.
Tell me, kind of in your mind, what your strength that you feel is behind the plate.
Receiving for sure is my strength I have behind the plate. I feel I can receive the ball really well and do a great job framing it.
Absolutely, yeah. Maybe good catcher can maybe get some strikes that you know wouldn't otherwise be called just by doing exactly what you just said. So now talk to me a little bit about you as a junior and kind of with a little bit of that varsity experience last year and now obviously going to be the starter this year. Do you have any goals or any aspirations for this year that you really want to accomplish?
I kind of want to get more hits. I want to be on the bases a little bit more.
Sure, kind of focusing on batting, really be that dual threat offensive and defensive catcher. Awesome. Well, I love it, and we wish you the best of luck this year, and especially in this game tonight.
All right.
So, thanks.
Thank you.
And that was junior catcher for MMCRU, and now we are going to get another Royal here in frame. All righty. How are you doing?
Good.
And who am I speaking with?
Lucas Brown.
Lucas, and so you're another one. I talked to Mitchell here just a little bit ago. You're another one of those tracksters that had some success in track, and kind of one of those things where it might have feels like you got back from the state track meet and you're rolling right into baseball. How was that for you?
It's kind of difficult not getting much practice in and then having to go straight to games off of limited practice. So we usually try and get the most out of our practices that we can.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, talk to me a little bit about some of the roles that you play on the field, position-wise and that sort of thing.
Usually coming out as, like, a main outfielder.
Sure.
Having to, like, operate from, like, the outfield and kind of helping others know what to do. And then also playing a good role in the batting lineup.
Yeah.
Kind of helping advance the lead runners or lead batters up.
Sure.
So.
Sure, absolutely. And, you know, we've seen your athleticism on the track and in all the sports you play, so that outfield part, I'm sure, you know, suits you very, very well. What's one thing that you would kind of consider a strength of yours kind of in the outfield?
Probably the ability to gun people out from the outfield. If I get, like, a fly ball and there's a guy on third and they want to try and tag home, then usually I can give it a decent shot at that.
Sure, and exactly what you said. You might not get him every time, but at least an opportunity, give you a shot to maybe can somebody at home. So I really like that. Now, you're a senior, is that correct?
Going to be a senior.
Going to be a senior, gotcha. So tell me a little bit about any goals or aspirations that you have for this year kind of coming in here.
I would say my main goal this year is for batting is to bat 400.
Sure.
So I'd like to do at least that.
Absolutely. Well, that's a good mark to kind of strive for, and we wish you the best of luck here coming up tonight and in the rest of the season this year. But thanks for chatting with me, Lucas. All right, and now we have our next team member coming up here. Just kind of getting people in and out. We got some batting practice going on here, a little bit of drills, as we mentioned. They do have a game tonight, and so we're lucky to have them let us come and hang out with them before game time. So tell me, who am I speaking with?
My name's Michael Peterson.
Michael, so how are you doing today?
Not too bad.
Awesome. Great to hear. So first, let's start off by maybe for those viewers and those listeners who aren't really familiar with who you are, let's kind of introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I'm Michael Peterson, four-sport athlete here at MMCRU. I play shortstop, or not shortstop, third base for the Royals here, and I pitch. Currently, my bat's doing great this year.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
Yeah, talk to me a little bit about that position over there at third base, the hot corner, as they say. That's kind of can be an intimidating position for some people. Is that really a place that you're comfortable over there at third base?
You know, I started playing outfield for the Royals, and freshman year we had a player that quit the team, so I ended up playing third base, and I've always played third base growing up, and it was a big experience. But playing hot corner, you gotta have the determination to block balls and get from side to side. So I like playing third base.
Absolutely, it keeps you on your toes. I tell you what.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me a little bit about if you have any goals or any aspirations for your season this year with the Royals.
I want to keep getting my bats better. So far, I've been doing a lot better this year. Last year, I didn't do so hot, and I want to play solid third base.
Absolutely.
Pitching wise, I want to get my velo up from after my injury. My velo dropped a bit, so I want to get that back up to where it was.
Just kind of working back and kind of recovering from that. Well, we wish you the best of luck. Tell me a little bit kind of about you as a pitcher. What's typically your role, and is it something? Do you typically start games? Do you come in out of the pen? What's kind of your role here for the Royals?
I'm a starting pitcher, but if I start a game and finish it fast, then I'll end up closing a certain game later in the week if I have enough pitches left over.
Sure.
Other than that, I was the ace last year, so looking to be there again this year.
Absolutely. Well, Michael, we wish you the best of luck here at your game tonight, and obviously the best of luck this season as you guys go through a great schedule. So thanks for chatting with me.
Thank you.
All right, and now another MMCRU Royal coming up, as I believe we've gone through maybe a majority of the varsity, maybe a couple more here to go. And now who am I speaking with?
Xander Tenniger.
Xander, how are you doing today?
I'm pretty good.
Awesome. So first, maybe for our viewers and our listeners who don't know you, let's start off, kind of introduce yourself and maybe tell us a little bit about yourself, who your parents are and how old you are, that sort of thing.
Yeah, my parents are Lori and Justin Tenniger. I'm a junior here at MMCRU and then play a little bit of left.
Absolutely. So, just talking there a few minutes ago to, your third baseman and a little hot corner there. Sometimes they say left field's kind of that second hot corner with a lot of those balls flying over there. I mean, is left field a position that you're really comfortable with and you feel like you can control out there?
Yeah, I feel really comfortable. I know I got a great center fielder to back me up, and then I got not a lot of ground balls get through.
Yeah, absolutely. And talk to me a little bit, you just mentioned it a little bit there, but talk to me about kind of the kind of group within the group, how you and your maybe outfielders, because outfield's one of those positions where maybe if you know your center fielder well enough, you know what balls he can get to and what balls maybe that, know where you can play. So tell me a little bit about that relationship kind of within the outfield group here on MMC.
Yeah, our outfield, we like to have a lot of fun. You'll always see us in center getting while the pitcher's warming up.
Absolutely. I love it. And that's kind of one of those things where, I was kind of an infielder. I was a first baseman, but the outfield's kind of its own culture out there. So that's awesome to see that you guys are having fun. So anything that you have specifically, either for yourself or for the team this year, any goals or aspirations that you really want to accomplish this season?
I need to work on getting my batting average back up.
Sure.
Start out a little rough, and then
for
the team, I'd say at least go above 500.
Absolutely. Two solid goals, both individually and from a team standpoint. So we wish you the best of luck, Xander, tonight in this game and also the rest of the season here for the Royals.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks so much for chatting with me. And now we're going to get our next MMCRU Royal up to bat, if you will. And who am I speaking with?
Brandon Dreckman.
Brandon, how are you doing today?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing great. So, first of all, for maybe our listeners and our viewers who don't know you, start out with kind of introducing yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself.
My parents are Bruce and Danae Dreckman, and I am a sophomore. Just graduated today, or not graduated, but moved up to junior. But
Absolutely. So, I mean, tell me a little bit as a sophomore, kind of what your role is on the team. I mean, position-wise and that sort of thing.
I am a third baseman, but I am not on varsity yet. But my main role, I think, is just to help cheer everybody up, and just be that guy to help them out whenever they need something.
Absolutely. So tell me a little bit about your game. When you do get on the field and you are playing third base, what do you really feel is one of your strong suits, one of your strengths at that hot corner position?
I feel like I can get in front of the ball well enough and stop the ball from at least getting out to the left fielder, but I need to work on my throw a little bit. But other than that, I think I can really stop the ball and make sure it's staying on the infield.
Gotcha, absolutely. And you being a sophomore, I think you're one of the first couple of sophomores or underclassmen that I've really spoken to so far. So tell me a little bit about some of your goals, either for yourself or from a team standpoint that you really would like to accomplish this year.
Well, my main goal is just when I do get some playing time on varsity, I can just have the biggest impact and just have a good performance, so I can maybe get a little bit more as the year goes on. But my main goal is just to help everybody out and just to do my role with the little amount of playing time that I get out there. Just try to be the best I can.
Absolutely. That's a great philosophy, especially I'm sure great to see from an underclassman here, just doing whatever you can, kind of play your part. Love to see it. Well, Brandon, we wish you the best of luck here this season and also next couple of years here at Marcus.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And now we have our next MMCRU Royal. And who am I speaking with?
Gage Johnson.
Gage. So how are you doing?
Doing pretty good.
Awesome. So you were another one of those kids that kind of had the opportunity to go down to state track. And a little bit of a quick turnaround from coming back from the state track meet and kind of rolling right into the baseball season. So how was that in your experience?
It was definitely a quick turnaround for sure. We got back from state track Saturday and then whatever grad party Sunday and then baseball Monday, and then this week was pretty packed with finals yesterday and today and just trying to get schoolwork all finished up or whatever. But yeah, no, it was a great time down there at state track too.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a little bit of a grind here this past week, but I feel like you're kind of through the worst of it and you'll be able to settle in and enjoy playing some good baseball here. So Gage, tell me a little bit about your role on the team and kind of what positions you play and that sort of thing.
So I'm shortstop, varsity shortstop, but batted leadoff this week so far. But I just try and do my role at leadoff batter, but try to make the plays at shortstop, and I believe that coach trusts me, and I try and prove that to him that I deserve that spot and that I can work for it.
Absolutely, and so that's kind of a double whammy to me. Shortstop and that leadoff batter; those are two huge roles on the team. So, talk to me a little bit about first the shortstop position, and one of those where a lot of balls coming at you, and you got to be able to field those with some high percentage and high efficiency. So, I mean, what do you really feel like your strengths are from a defensive point of view?
I feel like getting deep into the hole. If there's a ball like up the middle, I made a play. I don't know what game it was, but I at least stopped the ball and made the throw. It was at Remsen, but I didn't get the out. But I stopped him from possibly getting second base too. So I feel like just getting deep in that hole and being able to speed to the ball and just at least stop it is a good strength of mine.
Sure, absolutely. And now from a kind of a leadoff batter standpoint, I feel like that's important. Obviously, the old statistic that you're however much more likely to score runs an inning when that leadoff batter gets on base. So that's a super important role. So tell me a little bit about you feel your strengths are as the leadoff here for the Royals.
Being leadoff, I'm pretty speedy, but if comes down to it and we got guys that were on the bottom of the lineup, they're on base, coach needs me to lay down a bunt or something, I'm usually that guy to do that because I'm just can get to the base fast and I can lay down a decent bunt. But and then another thing is just I can get a nice base hit when we need it to move runners around. But
yeah, absolutely. And, one of those things, talk to me a little bit about your base running. I mean, being the leadoff and considering yourself somewhat speedy, I'd say that, base running something you're fairly aggressive at during a game.
Yep, I'd say. So far, I mean, we haven't had the best of teams or catchers yet, but
sure.
I think we'll this next week coming up, we'll get a test what speed our team really has with base running. And I think this year we got a new system where it's just on our forearm where coach yells out numbers or whatever, and that I think I like that a lot.
No signs anymore, just numbers now.
Yep. He yells out the numbers, and then we'll go off that. But so far stolen a decent amount of bases, but I'll really get to test out how speedy our team is next week when we face some better catchers.
Awesome. Well, Gage, we wish you the best of luck there, leading off and playing deep in the hole there in shortstop, and both in this game and the rest of your season. But thanks for chatting with me.
Thank you.
And that was Gage Johnson, again, varsity shortstop and leadoff hitter for the MMCRU Royals. And now we have our next Royal baseball player coming up. And who am I speaking with?
Eli Schlinger.
Eli, how are you doing?
Great, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. So let's first, for our viewers and our listeners who don't know you, let's start kind of by introducing yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, been playing baseball all my life here, and probably one of my favorite sports. Really like baseball. I play pitcher and first baseman.
Yeah.
And, it's fun. I love pitching, and I love when I get my rest done with, and then the next week comes and I get to start again. So that's what I look forward to.
Absolutely. Talking a little bit about exceeding those pitch limits and having those required amount of rest days. Would you say as a pitcher, are you kind of what role do you have? Are you one of the ones that may start a game, or are you someone that would come in at a midpoint of the game?
I've only found myself starting in games. I'm not much of a reliever type, I assume, but I always like to start the game. That's my favorite.
Absolutely. And what would you say, when you are that starter and do get that, starting bid any given night, what would you say is one of your strong suits when you do get the call?
I just feel like how I prepare for it. I just try to really warm up my arm as much as I can. Take a lot of time on it just so I can make sure I'm to the best of my ability for when I do pitch and when I go out there and just do what I can.
Absolutely. Do you have any goals either for yourself or for the team this year that you really would like to accomplish?
For the team, definitely make it into a couple rounds of playoffs.
Yeah.
That's always a goal. And then for myself, on the pitching side of things, I just really like to just keep the hits and runs down that I give up to teams and just improve by myself.
Absolutely. Kind of that constant improvement, always going to be good. So, well, Eli, we wish you the best of luck here in this game and also all season.
Thank you.
Other than that, appreciate you sitting and chatting with me.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, now we have our next MMCRU Royal. And who am I speaking with?
Wyatt Olish.
Wyatt, how are you doing today?
Pretty good. How about you?
Awesome. I'm doing good. So, first of all, kind of introduce yourself for those of our viewers and our listeners who don't know you.
Well, I already said my name, Wyatt Olish, and I've probably been playing baseball my whole life now. I play right field, and yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 16.
Gotcha. So does that make you a sophomore?
Yep.
Awesome. So kind of a sophomore on the team, and tell me a little bit about what you feel like your role is on the team and the positions you play and that sort of thing.
Well, like I told you, I'm right field, so got to catch the pop flies and stuff. But I'm last in the order, so I kind of think I'm like a speed guy. So when I get on base, when the beginning of the lineup comes up, we just have a whole bunch of speed guys up for when Mitchell Schnapp comes up and hits, and then we just have all speed on the bases and stuff. That's pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I feel like maybe a lot of people don't understand that aren't as knowledgeable about baseball is, they look at that 9-hole hitter and, you think, oh, well, it's last. But in my mind, and I feel like in a lot of coaches' minds, that 9-hole hitter is almost like another speed guy that you want. So you kind of have that speed in 9, that speed in first, and then by the time that 2, 3, 4 comes up, exactly what you said, you guys are on base and scoring. So, I mean, tell me a little bit how you kind of take that responsibility kind of as the final man in the lineup.
I kind of like it because, I get to see how the pitcher, pitches the ball throughout, the batters and stuff, and yeah.
Maybe get the most feedback from teammates before you even step foot into the box. I like that. I didn't really even think about that. Tell me any goals that you have, either for yourself or from a team standpoint, that you'd really like to accomplish this year.
Well, I feel like it would be nice to make it to state and stuff, but there's a couple good teams out there, so they're just gonna challenge us through this next week and stuff. We got Akron and Galen and stuff. It's gonna be a good matchup.
Do you feel like you guys are ready and you guys are ready for some of those great teams coming down your way?
I think so. We've been really busy with other sports like golf because we made it to golf state and track and stuff. So I think it's be good.
Kind of those things kind of winding down. Finally, we can kind of just focus on baseball. Awesome. Well, again, we wish you the best of luck tonight and in your season this year. And as always, thanks for speaking with me.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you. And now we'll have our next Royal baseball player. All right, who am I speaking with?
Parker Glassmaker.
Parker, how are you doing?
Good.
Awesome. Great to hear. So first, let's start by kind of introducing yourself and maybe tell us a little bit about yourself, parents, and that sort of thing, how old you are and that sort of thing.
Yeah, I'm a sophomore here. Live in Meriden over there, and I have my parents Jake and mom Nikki Glassmaker.
Awesome. So, as a sophomore, tell me a little bit about some of the positions you play or what you feel like your role is on the team here this year.
Yeah, I play second and do a little pitching here, and it's kind of fun being out here with such a great group of guys out here. We're putting up some games and some close games, some good games. So,
yeah. Absolutely. And talk to me a little bit about kind of a new year now, and you're kind of that 1 year older now, a sophomore. So, do you have any goals that you're really setting for yourself this year, or anything you really want to see the team do at all?
Yeah, just push ourselves every day, be better all around, get more hits, get collective hits. Once one person gets some, let's all through the lineup get some. And then make plays. Not as much errors.
Sure.
Really big at second. Tough. Pressure, especially as a sophomore, you have a lot of pressure on you, and
sure.
You just gotta keep calm, keep a settled nose down, keep always going, never get too high, never get too low.
Yeah, I like that.
There.
Never really get too high with the highs, never too low with the lows. Tell me either from an offensive standpoint in the batter's box or from a defensive standpoint out on the field, what do you feel like is really one of your strong suits as a baseball player?
Just being confident in myself and hitting and swinging, just gotta believe that you can go out there, always get a hit.
Oh, sure. Absolutely. That's half the battle right there.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't think you're going to hit, odds are you're not. So
exactly.
Great to hear that you have that mindset, and best of luck to you tonight and obviously the rest of your season and the rest of your career here at MMCRU.
Thank you.
Thank you much. All righty. And our next MMCRU Royal is
Michael Schmelin.
Michael, how are you doing today?
Good.
Awesome. Great to hear. So tell me a little bit about yourself, and maybe for those of our viewers who aren't familiar with you, maybe your parents and that sort of thing.
Yeah, I live in Marcus, Iowa, just a little outside of town, and my mom is Tanya Schmelin, and I have 4 brothers.
Absolutely. So how do you kind of fall in that order? Are you the youngest, oldest, in the middle?
Oldest. I have a twin.
Gotcha. Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
So, awesome. So, tell me a little bit about any goals that you have this year on the team, either for yourself or from a team standpoint. Anything you really like to accomplish this season?
I'm an infielder and an outfielder, kinda. So just not making any errors.
Sure.
And putting the ball on the bat and hitting it every single time.
Sure. So infield and outfield. So kind of, would you consider yourself kind of that utility,
Yep.
kind of play any position no
Yep.
matter where it is, and in that aspect, kind of do whatever you have to do for the
Yep.
team?
Yep.
Awesome. That's great to hear. And what do you think of the team so far? I mean, do you guys do you feel like you'll do well this year? I mean, do you feel like you guys have a long way to go? Tell me a little bit about your thoughts there.
We'll keep getting better and better every single game, and keep not making those errors, and get more hits, and keep improving through the games.
Absolutely. And then tell me what maybe a typical day of preparation kind of for a game looks like for you. I mean, what are some things that you really make sure that you're prepared to do before you get here into the field?
Yeah, so drinking a lot of water during the day.
Of course.
If it's a hot day, and then just getting ready for BP like now.
Yeah.
And then just getting ready for the game.
Absolutely. Love it. Well, Michael, I appreciate you sitting down and chatting with me, and best of luck this year, and best of luck tonight.
Yep, thanks.
Thank you. All right. Now we have another MMCRU Royal fresh out of the batting cage. Helmet and bat on the ground. Batting gloves still on. Love it. Who am I speaking with?
Cabin Olson.
Cabin, how are you doing today?
Good.
Awesome. Great to hear. So tell me a little bit, or not me, but tell our viewers maybe who aren't familiar with who you are, maybe a little bit about yourself, who your parents are, how old you are, and that sort of thing.
I am 16. My parents are Luke and Cheyenne Olson, and I'm a sophomore.
Gotcha. So a sophomore on the team. What? Tell me a little bit about the positions that you play on the team and that sort of thing.
I will be starting out as JV right field and pitching varsity.
Yeah.
Hopefully work my way up to varsity in the field.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, talk to me a little bit as a pitcher. What do you are you more of a pitcher that starts games? Do you kind of come in out of the pen? What's kind of your role in that regard?
Usually I start.
Start?
Yep.
Gotcha. And, tell me, what do you think your strength is as a starting pitcher, something that you really excel at?
I throw pretty hard.
Yeah, I think you got the speed.
Yeah.
Speed on the gun. Awesome, love it. Well, any goals that you have this year, either for yourself or for the team that you'd like to accomplish?
I'd like to keep my ERA low.
Sure.
Keep the walks to a minimum.
Sure.
Games.
Not allowing those kind of free bases, those kind of gimme bases. Like it. So, best of luck to you today, obviously, and best of luck to you the rest of the season. But thanks for chatting with me.
Thank you.
Thank you. And again, that was Caben Olson, and he is going to give the mic to the next MMCRU Royals baseball player. And who am I speaking with?
Max Schnepp.
Max, how are you doing?
Good.
Awesome. So you must be Mitchell's brother, is that right?
Yeah.
He said we'd be talking to you here in a little bit, so awesome to see you. So younger brother, tell us a little bit about yourself, who your parents are, and what grade you're in, that sort of thing.
So my parents are Matt and Angie Schnepp. I'm a sophomore. Yeah, and I just play outfield, really.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So sophomore outfielder on the team.
Yep.
What do you really feel is your strong suit or a real strength of yours when you're out there playing in the outfield?
I'd like to say I can read it off the bat really well.
Sure, you kind of have that perception where your first step is kind of always true wherever you need to go. You don't really misstep. I like that. That's really crucial, especially want to be super efficient when you're tracking that ball and super important part of the outfield. Tell me a little bit. I've asked a few of the other outfielders kind of. When I was a baseball, I was a first baseman, so not really something that I have experience with, but I could see it. It seems like that outfield group itself kind of has its own little clique and its own little culture. Just tell me a little bit about some of the fun things that you and your teammates have done so far this year, or so far in your high school baseball career.
Yeah, so a lot of times, like when we have like 2 outs, we'll put our hands up in the air and be like 2 down.
Oh
2 down,
yeah, you got to do those.
Or we'll like start singing a song out in the outfield, start dancing a little, just like when not a lot of action's going on.
Yeah,
just fun, have a lot of laughs, like tell a lot of jokes.
That's what it's always the best when your pitcher's pitching lights out, and then you're kind of like, why am I even out here? And you just can kind of chill. But awesome. So we wish you the best of luck here tonight and also this season. But thanks for chatting with me.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. And that was Max Schnepp. Now, coming up, we are going to have another MMCRU Royal. Alrighty, who am I speaking with?
RJ Creer.
RJ, how are you doing today?
Pretty good.
Awesome. So tell me a little bit, or tell our viewers rather, kind of a little bit about yourself for those of people who don't know you. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I'm a freshman. Play second base. My parents are Dan and Sarah, and I have 2 other siblings.
Gotcha.
Cool.
Gotcha. So, playing as a freshman this year, kind of tell me a little bit about your experience as kind of a relatively younger player on the team. I mean, just how has it been being on the team?
It's been great. Got lots of guys ahead of you, being role models.
Sure.
Yep.
I'm sure learning a lot from those upperclassmen, kind of seeing how they do things and applying that to your own game.
Yep.
Tell me a little bit about what you would say one of the strengths of your games are, either whether that's offensively at the plate, defensively in the field. Kind of your thoughts on that.
I'd say it varies when it comes to batting. I could be very good at at one time of the season, and then at the other time I'm just decent, but I'd say I'm always strong on my fielding and my intelligence.
Sure, and baseball is one of those kind of streaky sports, a lot of ups and downs, and kind of one of those things. Can't get too high with the highs, too lows with the lows. I mean, talk to me about, as a freshman on the team, any goals that you have, either for yourself or for the team, from a team standpoint. I mean, what are your thoughts from this an entire season standpoint?
Goals? I'd probably say going to the championship this year. As a varsity team.
Yeah, that's a great goal for you, and one that if you guys could pull that off, that would be, I'm sure, very, very memorable for you guys. So again, thanks for chatting with me, RJ, and best of luck to you tonight and the rest of the season.
Thank you.
And now we have our next Royals baseball player up here. And who am I speaking with?
Eli Harpino.
All right. So tell me a little bit, Eli, about yourself for those viewers who don't know you, maybe how old you are, your parents, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I'm from Remsen. I'm 15. I'm also a freshman.
Gotcha. So freshman on the team. Tell me a little bit about what you feel your role is, whether it's the positions you play or that sort of thing.
Yeah, I just feel like role on the team, like when I'm getting in, just do what I can to help the team out and benefit from that.
Yeah, kind of got that team mindset. Just anything you could really do to help the team. I mean, what are some things that you really feel from a defensive perspective that you're good at? I mean, you got to be great fielder as well as a great batter. But I mean, what do you feel like your strengths are defensively?
So I play third base, and I feel like I've been improving there pretty well. And just stopping the ball and make sure it's not getting past me.
Yeah, I mean that's a tough one too. That third base, that hot corner. I mean that's kind of a different beast in itself. I mean different from any other position. I mean with those balls flying at you off the bat, is that something that you're really comfortable with? Because I play first base. I'm like you guys throw them to me. You guys can get and every once in a while they come to me. Perfect. I'll field my spot. But over there at third base, you got to really want the ball hit to you. I mean, tell me kind of your thoughts on that.
Looking at batters, you always think it's going to come at you hot, but get your glove down and you'll be perfectly fine.
Absolutely, love that. Any goals that you have, either for yourself or for kind of the team this year that you're really hoping to achieve this season?
Well, pitching, I would hope to get less walks and get in the strike zone more, and then batting, get the bat on the ball more often.
Sure. And what would you say? I mean, so you say you're a pitcher, and you pitch sometimes. What would you say? Are you kind of one of those starters? Do you come in off the bullpen? What's kind of your role
mainly
there?
starter, yeah.
Starter, gotcha.
Yeah.
So you kind of start the games. Awesome. Well, we wish you the best of luck, Eli, and obviously tonight and also in your future here at MMCRU. But thanks for chatting with me.
Thank you.
All right. And I believe getting through a good amount. Not sure exactly how many have left, but we'll take everyone we can get. And who am I speaking with?
Josh Peterson.
Josh, how are you doing today?
Pretty good. How about you?
Awesome. I'm doing great. So first, for those of our listeners and our viewers who aren't familiar with who you are, tell us a little bit about yourself, maybe how old you are and who your parents are, that sort of thing.
I'm 16 years old. I'm from Remsen. My parents are Alan and Connie Peterson.
Gotcha. And so what's that make you, a sophomore then on the team?
No, I'm a freshman.
Freshman, gotcha. So a freshman on the team this year, and were you able to play on the team as an 8th grader as well?
No, not much. I played freshman ball
Gotcha.
as an 8th grader.
Gotcha. So now first year you're really kind of up on the team with the rest of the guys. I mean, what's kind of been your experience so far? Have you enjoyed it?
I've really enjoyed it. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
For the past year and a half.
Sure, yeah, and I'm sure there's great guys you've been learning from and kind of learning a lot from. Tell me a little bit about some of the positions you play on the field and that sort of thing.
I play first, and then I pitch as well.
Yeah, gotcha. So from a pitching standpoint, are you one of those starting pitchers? Are you come out of the bullpen? What's your role kind of in that stuff?
I think usually I start games, but I don't know. Sometimes I come out of the bullpen too.
Sure, just kind of whatever you need, needs done from you, you're willing to do. Awesome. Well, we wish you the best of luck here this year, and also we'll be seeing a lot of you the rest of your high school career here in MMCRU. So thanks for chatting.
Thank you.
All righty, and we have our next Royals baseball player, and who am I speaking with?
Brennan Ball.
All right, how are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Awesome. I'm doing great. So let's start introduce yourself, maybe for those viewers who aren't familiar with who you are. Maybe how old you are and who your parents are, that sort of thing.
Yeah, so I am 15. I'm from Remsen. My parents are Jason and Christy Ball.
Gotcha. So does that make you a freshman as well?
Yes.
Gotcha. So freshman on the team as well, and it seems like you guys had a big group of freshmen kind of coming up here. How's kind of your experience been kind of as a freshman on the team this year?
I feel like some of the sophomores have been really helpful.
Yeah,
like
sure.
The other day I wasn't hitting my best, and I don't hit the ball well.
Yeah.
And sophomore just took time and helped me.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, I tell you what, you got a lot of time to kind of improve, and that's the most important part, always improving. I mean, tell me a little bit about some positions that you play on the field.
So I'm an outfielder.
Gotcha. So playing outfield, what's something that you feel is really important that all outfielders just are aware of? That just the most important thing playing outfield.
Trying to just mainly keep the ball in front of you, because in the outfield you have such a far distance to throw.
Sure.
And if it gets behind you and there's somebody on like first or second they have a chance to get home.
Oh yeah, for sure. And you hit it right on the head. Golden rule: never let that ball get behind you as an outfielder if you can. Any goals for yourself this year, or for the team standpoint that you'd like to accomplish?
I feel like me just hitting the ball better.
Hit the ball better. That's really focusing on offense this year and kind of developing that. Awesome. Well, we wish you the best of luck and both today and also upcoming seasons. And thanks for chatting with me.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, and now our next Royal is
Luke Kintai.
Luke, how are you doing today?
Good. How about
awesome.
yourself?
Awesome. I'm doing great. So let's start by kind of introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself, maybe who your parents are, how old you are, that sort of thing.
Luke. My name's Luke Kintai. My parents are Jerry and Tara Kintai. I'm a 15 years old freshman.
Gotcha. So freshman on the team. What would you tell me some of the positions you play or what you feel like your role is on the team?
Kind of play a little bit everywhere. Like our pre-season meetup with coach, he kind of told me that I'm like the utility guy, just put me where I need me.
Sure.
Been playing a lot of outfield recently, and today I'm actually going to be behind the plate.
Awesome. Gotcha. So really can do it all, whether it's outfield, infield, or even behind the plate. Tell me one thing, behind the plate today. What's something that as a catcher is really, really important in your mind when you are playing the position that's really important to do?
Well, you got to get in front of it. Like if the pitcher's got a bad hop or something, it hits the dirt, you got to stop it. You don't need that ball going behind you and they get another base.
Yep, kind of the catcher's job in that way. It's the pitcher might have, a couple of bad pitches, but you're exactly right. Catcher's job, you got to stop it. You got to get in front of it. Is that something you feel like you excel at and are really?
I think I could work on it. Like I struggle with getting down. Like we practice it and practice all the time, but just got to block them. I struggle with getting both knees down. Like, I'll just drop to one.
Oh, sure. Yep, absolutely. Well, at least that's something that you even half of the battle is first realizing you're doing something wrong, and then you're able to kind of fix it in that regard. So you're already halfway there. Tell me a little bit about any goals that you have, either for yourself this year or for the team as a whole. Kind of what are your thoughts there?
I think as a team, like, we got a pretty good bond there, like a little bit of, help.
Sure.
Like when they're slacking, keep them on their toes and stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely. And then lastly, tell me what's something that something you're most excited about this year, just being on the baseball team.
Just being around my friends.
Yeah, just hanging out with the boys. Baseball is one of those ones where it just feels a little bit different because it's not during school, it's during summer, so it's just a little bit different vibe to it. So love it. Best of luck to you tonight behind the dish, and best of luck to you the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, and we have our next MMCRU Royal. And who am I speaking with?
Jacob Pick.
Jacob, how are you doing?
Oh, pretty good. How about you?
Awesome. I'm doing great. So first, kind of start off for our viewers and our listeners who aren't familiar with who you are. Tell us who your parents are and how old you are and that sort of thing.
My parents are Shelly and Jesse Pick. What was the other question?
How old you are? What grade you are?
I'm 15 years old, and I'm a freshman.
Gotcha. So that makes you a freshman on the team. And tell us a little bit now about what positions you play out in the field and what you feel like your role is on the team.
I play a little bit everywhere in the infield. I'm a pitcher, play short and second.
Sure. So kind of pitcher and then maybe that middle infield, wherever, second or short. Talk to me a little bit about either the second or shortstop position, either one, that middle infield. I mean, what's something that you feel like you're really good at when you play middle infield?
Finding the balls.
Sure.
Just getting that right angle when they're hit.
Yeah, one of those things where you feel like you can anticipate where the ball will be when you kind of arrive and that sort of thing. Like it. What about from a pitching standpoint? Are you one of those pitchers who maybe will start the game, or are you someone who will come out of the bullpen?
I'll start some games,
Gotcha.
I'll do a little bit of relieving too. Yeah, it just depends on how my arm's feeling.
Gotcha. And what do you think your strength is as a pitcher?
Being able to throw it in the spot where I want to throw it.
Sure, just kind of that control.
Yep.
Maybe, and that's one of those things where you don't have to throw it the fastest if you can really pinpoint where you throw it with each pitch. So that's great to know that you are able to really do that and excel in that only as a freshman. So we wish you the best of luck both in this game and also we'll be seeing more of you out in the coming years.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. All All right, and now our next MMCRU Royal is
Gavin Pecos.
How are you doing?
Good.
Awesome. Great to hear. So, first, for those of us who aren't familiar with who you are, tell us a little bit about yourself. Start with how old you are and who your parents are, that sort of thing.
I'm 15 years old, and my mom and dad are Chris and Michelle Pecos.
Gotcha. And so, does that mean you're a freshman as well on the team?
Yep.
Gotcha. So, as a freshman, and it seems like you guys have a pretty big freshman group here.
Yeah.
I mean, what are some of the things that you're looking forward to this year that you're really excited about?
Probably just hitting the ball most of the time and stopping all balls as a catcher.
Sure. So, is that the position you play? You're a catcher primarily?
Catcher and middle infield and sometimes pitcher.
Gotcha. So, as the catcher, I mean, tell me a little bit. That's kind of one of those unique positions where you're kind of that leader, and you're kind of behind the plate, in control. You're the only guy facing the other way. It's just a little bit different. Is that something that you're really comfortable with?
Yeah, I really love that.
Yeah, that's no factor in that. You're totally comfortable with it. Love it. Now talk to me offensively. When you're in the batter's box, what's something that you really think you do well, or your approach that you take, or anything to that nature?
Just getting contact on the ball, I guess.
Yeah.
Mostly turning my hips when I hit it.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. Generating that power, squashing the bug, as they say, or however you want to say it in that regard. So awesome to hear. Any goals that you have specifically for yourself or for the whole team in general?
For myself, I would probably say stopping all balls as a catcher, like nothing behind me, and as a team, just win some games and get into the playoffs again.
Absolutely. So playoffs for the team, individual. Want to be that brick wall behind the plate. Well, we wish you the best of luck here, both in this game today and also in the coming parts of the season. So thanks for chatting with me.
Thank you.
And now I see here that we've now kind of gotten to the freshman class, so I think we're just about done. We've still got a handful of kids we're going to interview, and our next MMCRU Royal, who am I speaking with?
Braden Miller.
Braden, how are you doing?
Good.
Awesome. So let's start by, for those viewers and those listeners who aren't familiar with who you are, why don't you start by telling us a little bit about yourself, maybe who your parents are, how old you are, that sort of thing.
I am 15 years old. My parents are Kyle and Amber Miller.
Gotcha. So does that mean you're a freshman on the team as well?
I'm an 8th grader.
8th grader. So gotcha. So now we're getting down to the real youngins here in the 8th grader. So awesome. So tell me a little bit about how it's been, kind of your first year up here at the high school on the baseball team.
Oh, it's been great. I've been doing pretty good. The team's been doing pretty good.
Yeah.
And everyone's pretty nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome to hear. Now tell me a little bit about some of the positions you play on the field and what you feel like your role is on the team.
I play catcher and second base, and my role on the team is basically as a catcher, just keep everything in front of me.
Sure.
Don't let anything behind me, and make the pitcher look good.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. The pitcher, even though he might send one over your head or in the dirt, I feel like it's never really on them. It's on the catcher if it gets behind them. So I like that philosophy. Now, talk to me a little bit about your offense and your batting. What do you think? Is that an area that you'd like to improve in? Are you really confident in your bat this year?
I'm pretty confident in my bat this year, but you always can improve.
Sure.
It's pretty good this year.
Yeah, just always can improve. Just kind of never satisfied in that regard. I like that a lot. So now tell me a little bit about any goals, either that you have for yourself, goals that you have for the team, or anything to that nature.
For me, a goal is for catching is put everything in front of me. Do not let anything behind me. Make the pitcher look good. For a team, try to make it back to playoffs again.
Absolutely. Well, we wish you the best of luck here today, and also you're only an 8th grader, so I'm sure we'll be seeing you a lot here in the coming years. But anyway, appreciate you chatting with me.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you. All right, so we have officially gotten into the realm of the 8th grade group here. And now we have our next MMCRU Royal, and who am I speaking with?
Jeffrey Brown.
Jeffrey, how are you doing?
Good, yourself?
I'm doing great. So, are you also an 8th grader?
Yep.
Awesome. So, now tell me a little bit. Well, let's start actually first before I get too ahead of myself. Tell our listeners and our viewers who maybe aren't familiar with who you are a little bit about yourself. Maybe let's start with your parents and that sort of thing.
Okay. Yeah, I'm 15 years old. My mom is Carol Brown and my dad Paul Brown, and then I have a brother, Lucas. He's a junior.
Gotcha.
And my oldest brother's graduated. And then I have 3 stepsisters and my stepmom.
Awesome, awesome. So tell us a little bit now about what's as a freshman, what positions do you play on the field?
I play outfield, mostly center field, and then I do pitching.
Gotcha. So let's first talk to me a little bit about that center field. That's one of the ones where you got to have control of that outfield. I mean, and even to the point where you can call people off. I mean, you were really the center fielder is in control of that entire field. Is that kind of a spot that you're comfortable with?
Yeah. It's definitely a lot of ground to cover too, like running to catch the balls and stuff.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what do you think is one of your strengths when you're out there in center field?
Definitely being able to use my long legs to stride out to get to those hard to reach balls.
Sure, you just got kind of the range, and you feel like you can get to maybe some other balls that some other kids maybe wouldn't be able to.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha, awesome. Now, talk to me a little bit about offensively, your bat, and kind of your thoughts on how that's progressed this year.
I think batting is probably my best part of my game. I've definitely progressed a lot from last year.
Yeah.
It's a lot faster bat this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's good. And now a lot faster bat, a lot faster pitches. Those balls are hopefully going to be going a lot farther for you as well.
Yep.
So we wish you the best of luck here this year, and thanks for chatting with me.
Yep.
All right. Yeah. Let's get them in there too. Yep. Is that it? Is that it for kids? Awesome. Yep. Let's get that. Let's grab them, and then we'll be good. Yeah. No worries. No worries. All right, so just talking to Coach Cuccio here, and that's going to be it for the kids. So we're going to get a couple of the assistant coaches now that we're gonna speak with here that are going to come and chat, and we're going to meet them. All righty. Coach, how we doing?
Good.
Awesome. All righty. Have you tossed those on? Yeah, throw them around. You turn them around the other way, sorry. Yeah, flip. Perfect. There we go. All right. And awesome. Who am I speaking with?
Chris Johnson.
Chris, how are you doing today?
Doing good.
Awesome. So tell me a little bit about kind of your role on the coaching staff and what you're kind of in charge of here on the team.
Oh, I started out part-time, or was assistant for 3 years, fourth assistant, and then I was always kind of helped with Mara with the hitting.
Gotcha.
And then I'm in charge of the outfield pretty much full-time, but.
Gotcha. And what's some things that you've seen so far from kids on the team? I mean, really with some strengths of the outfielders so far.
Well, we lost 2 of our starters last year, and they were very, very good. And we had a couple of younger guys that I knew would step in, and we just encouraged them to take their reps seriously and cover ground, try to get the ball in the air, just the basic stuff. And
sure,
they took it to heart, and we got a solid outfield again. So
gotcha.
And I
And
don't think we'll have much drop off.
Sure. What do you think? I mean, is really going to be the strength of the team, kind of in general? I mean, is it more offensively, defensively? What are kind of your thoughts there?
This year we should be really balanced on both sides. I would say we got really decent bats again. With like them 2 seniors that graduated last year were great bats too, but they've worked hard in the cage. We got some good hitting coaches, so. Our hitting's really taken off here, and defensive. They've cleaned a lot of stuff up since the first practice, so
sure,
they're pretty solid.
Sure, and one of those things where, to me, baseball is one of those sports where it begins quick, it starts, and then it doesn't stop. I mean, you guys have a lot of games in a short amount of time,
yes,
and
it's a grind.
And one of those things, like exactly, a kind of a grind in that way. What's something that you're most looking forward to this year, just kind of in general with the baseball program?
Just looking forward to getting more wins under us. We had a issue with some arms last year that just we couldn't get the strike zone for a while and started walking a lot of guys, and it cost us probably 3 games, I would say, for sure.
Sure.
So we would like to. So far our arms are coming through for us and going whole games and not having to pull guys. So that's really improved, and I think that'll give us some more wins. And we'd like to be a higher seed. So last year we had 1 home game in the playoffs.
Sure.
We'd like to get the 2 home games now. So that's kind of a goal.
Yeah.
That we have. So
I like that. Well, Coach, obviously great to meet you, and best of luck tonight. And also, we wish you the best of luck the rest of the season.
Appreciate
Thanks.
it.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching this exclusive broadcast on Fuller Digital Solutions. To receive notifications and links about your favorite team's live streams, join our text club by scanning this QR code or text the word on the screen to the number shown. If your business would like to be a sponsor on broadcasts like this, please reach out to us at fullerdigitalsolutions@gmail.com. Join us all year long for coverage of your favorite team on Fuller Digital Solutions.
I'm here in Cleghorn today as we have a game from the MMCRU Royals girls softball team, and of course meet the team as we always do. So I'm gonna be speaking with the girls here and getting to know them over the next hour or so. So let's first start off. Our first MMCRU Royal is.
I'm Gracie Schrader. I'm a freshman.
All right, Gracie, and how are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Great. So just a freshman on the team. Tell me a little bit about how your experience has been so far this season.
It's been pretty good. Last year I didn't get to suit up for varsity, but this year I'm starting, so it's a really great experience.
Yeah, absolutely. And talk to me about the positions that you play and kind of your role on the team this year.
I play second base for varsity, and then I play shortstop for JV, and then I bat fifth normally, somewhere around there.
Gotcha. So kind of that middle infield, whether it's JV or varsity. Where do you think you're most comfortable at, second base or shortstop, would you say?
I'd say shortstop because I've always been playing that, and it's my first kind of year playing second. But I'm kind of getting used to second now.
Sure, kind of same thing, maybe just a little different, kind of backwards a little bit for you, but awesome. Any goals, either for yourself or from a team standpoint, that you'd really like to accomplish this year?
Probably make it past the first round. I know that we didn't get that last year, so hopefully we can do it this year.
Gotcha. Well, wish you the best of luck both tonight and this year as a whole, but thanks so much for chatting with me.
All right, thank you.
Awesome. That was Gracie Schrader, and now she's going to hand the headset off to our next MMCRU Royal, and the first one's always the most nervous, but now number 2 here. Who am I speaking with?
Tia Tenninger. I'm also a freshman.
Awesome. How are you doing today?
Good.
Good. So tell me a little bit about your role on the team, some positions that you play and that sort of thing.
Normally I start third base, but lately I've been starting center field.
Gotcha. So starting in center field. Now that's a big one, kind of that main outfielder, kind of have to have control in that leadership role. Is that something that you're comfortable with only as a freshman?
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, like it. Awesome. So maybe for those viewers who aren't familiar with who you are, tell us who your parents are and that sort of thing.
My parents are Kelly and Travis Tenninger.
Gotcha. So mom's the coach obviously here. So tell me a little bit about any goals that you have either for yourself or from a team standpoint that you'd really like to accomplish this year.
My goal this year is to get a home run, I guess. I don't know.
Awesome. All right. Well, we wish you the best of luck. Hey, we may even see it today at this game. You never know. So best of luck tonight. Also, best of luck to you this year as well.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Tia. All righty. And now we have the next Royal, and who am I speaking with?
I'm Haley Staub, and an 8th grader.
Awesome, Haley. So just an 8th grader on the team. And first of all, I guess let's start off maybe with those listeners and viewers who aren't familiar with who you are, who your parents are, and that sort of thing.
Oh, well, my parents are Laurel and Mike Staub.
Gotcha. Absolutely. So just an 8th grader on the team. And now, obviously, tell me the positions that you play out on the field.
I've played catcher and center field this season.
Gotcha. So talk to me a little bit about the catcher position. That's a little bit different in terms of in relation to those other positions. You're the only one facing that other direction and getting the ball literally every pitch as well. So is that a position you're comfortable with behind the plate?
Yeah, it's pretty comfortable, I'd say.
Yeah, you're really kind of only as an 8th grader really confident, you'd say?
Pretty much.
Gotcha. Awesome. What's one goal that you have, either whether it's this year from your standpoint or from a team standpoint?
Probably winning.
Winning? Gotcha. It's super important to get that winning record. Have you guys gotten a chance to get any wins this year so far?
Yep.
Gotcha. Awesome. So wish you the best of luck again this game and also this season. Thanks. And now we have another Royal, and who am I speaking with?
Kinsey Glassmaker.
Kinsey, how are you doing?
Good.
Awesome. Great to hear. So let's start things off with tell us how old you are and maybe introduce yourself, your parents, and who they are.
I'm an 8th grader, and my parents are Jake and Nikki Glassmaker.
Gotcha. So another 8th grader, kind of starting with the younger kids here for the Royals. I like it. So tell me a little bit about how it's been to be an 8th grader on the team. I know you have a nice big class of 8th graders. So how's it been in your experience this year?
It's been pretty good. There's a couple upperclassmen that have been really good.
Yeah, kind of showing you the ropes and kind of getting accustomed to what it is to play Royals softball like that. How's the adjustment been? Maybe from kind of the non-high school level now coming up here. Has that been all right from one to the next?
It's a bit of a change, but it's been really good.
Maybe just a little different, but something you'll get used to, obviously. Awesome, awesome. Now, tell me a little bit about, positions that you play on the field.
I play second mainly and sometimes shortstop.
Gotcha. So again, another one of those middle infielders. And talk to me a little bit about whether you play second base or shortstop. The amount of balls that kind of get hit right up the middle there, you have to be ready at all times. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Any goals for you, either from yourself or from the team this year?
To win.
To win.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Everyone loves to win, and it'd be awesome if we can get a win tonight. I want to know, I mean, I haven't really commented on it before you, but what do we have going on here? We've got some sort of Hawaiian or island theme going on. That's the theme for today. Awesome. Love it. Well, best of luck today, and best of luck this year. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and now we have our next Royal up to bat, if you'll say. And who am I speaking with?
Ashley Wetter.
Ashley, how are you doing?
Great.
Awesome. So, first of all, kind of introduce yourself to the viewers. Maybe tell us who your parents are, how old you are, and that sort of thing.
I'm 14. I'm an 8th grader, and my parents are Jake and Janelle Wetter.
Gotcha. So, tell me a little bit about the positions that you play on the field.
I mostly do first base, just most of the time, yeah.
Gotcha. Awesome. So first base, and you're quite tall, and kind of one of those great first baseman physiques. And obviously, tell me a little bit about how important it is at the first base position to really stop all those balls as best you can, anyway.
It's really important because obviously you don't want anybody to steal home.
Sure.
But you have to be ready at all times for any ball that goes anywhere.
Sure, yeah, and especially, maybe some throws, you kind of got to help out your teammates when they're kind of make some throws that maybe weren't the best. You still kind of got to pick them up a little bit, so awesome. Any goals you have this year, either for yourself or from a team standpoint?
Have a winning record.
Have a winning record, absolutely. Well, best of luck to you guys in those endeavors, and we'll be seeing you a lot this year, so thanks for chatting.
Thank you.
Thank you. All righty. And now our next MMCRU Royal. I love the sunglasses. Who am I speaking with?
Chloe Alish.
All right, Chloe. So first of all, kind of introduce yourself, maybe who your parents are, and that sort of thing, how old you are and that thing.
My parents are Jamie and Corey Alish. I'm 15, and I'm a freshman.
Gotcha. So a freshman on the team. Now, were you on the team as an 8th grader as well?
Yes, I was.
Gotcha. So now kind of second year. How has it been kind of from that first year now continuing on as a freshman?
Pretty good. Last year I started on third, and this year I've been more at first, so that's good because I like first and I like third. So.
Gotcha. Is that kind of... It's almost like the opposite corner, but in my mind, kind of a completely different spot. I mean, in third base, you really got to be wary for those balls coming at you off the bat, and then first base, you really kind of have to be that brick wall when your teammates are throwing to you. So, are you able to kind of make the adjustment regardless of where you're at?
Yes, I am.
Awesome. Any goals that you have for yourself or the team this year that you really like to shoot for and accomplish?
For myself, I'd like to hit a home run, and for the team, I'd like to possibly make it to state or pass first round.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I like to talk, especially you guys that have been on the team for a couple of years, what's a favorite memory that you have just being on the softball team? Because softball is one of those sports, and baseball as well, those summer sports, it's just different. It's during the summer, there's no school, so it's just kind of a different vibe about it. What are your thoughts?
My favorite memory is probably when we had to sing the national anthem because the speakers wouldn't
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes.
A little team bonding there to sing the national anthem. I love it. Awesome. Well, we wish you the best of luck this year, Chloe, and thanks so much for speaking with me.
Thank you.
All right, and now we have our next Royal. And wow, I tell you what, the outfits and the wardrobes just keep getting better and better here. So now we got the blue glasses, and who am I speaking with?
Aaliyah Lux.
Aaliyah, I got a question for you. Did you do batting practice in this outfit?
Yep, that's what we're doing right now.
I love it. Awesome. So tell me a little bit, first introduce yourself kind of to our listeners and our viewers, maybe who your parents are, how old you are, and that sort of thing.
I'm 14 years old. My parents are Carrie and Kevin Lux. I've done softball, t-ball, whatever you want to call it, my whole growing up since I was able to.
Gotcha. Absolutely. And so are you a freshman this year or an 8th grader?
Yep, I'm a freshman.
Gotcha, fresh grader. So, freshman, not fresh grader. So freshman, tell me how it's kind of been this year after now you've been on the team as an 8th grader and now kind of second year coming back.
I think it's really helpful that the seniors are still showing us around, but we're more and more helpful to the 8th graders this year too, because we've been here for a
Yeah.
little longer, not too much longer.
Yeah, and I like that mindset. You know, even though you're kind of not that senior or maybe even a junior, you're still, you know, a freshman and can be a mentor to an 8th grader. So I kind of like that approach as well. Any goals that you have this year for yourself, either for yourself, like I said, or from a team standpoint?
For myself, I just want to improve as a softball athlete and improve my batting percentage. And for our team, I'd say it'd be pretty nice to even get past first round.
Yeah, past first round, that'd be great. And then talk to us about the positions that you play on the field and what your role is on the team.
So I mostly play outfield.
Gotcha.
I play right and left.
Gotcha. Awesome. So right and left. Now, as an outfielder, I mean, what do you think is the most important thing to just remember before every ball's hit?
To know where you're gonna go.
Sure.
If the ball comes to you, to be prepared where to throw the ball to.
Gotcha. I like that. Even like you said, maybe 9 times out of 10 the ball doesn't come your way, but that one time it does. If you know what you're going to do with it, it makes the play a lot easier. Well, I appreciate you chatting with me, and the best of luck to you this year, and wish you the best of luck. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. And now we have another MMCRU Royal. And who am I speaking with?
Brielle Lux.
All right, how are you doing?
Good.
Awesome. So tell me a little bit about yourself and introduce yourself for maybe those listeners and viewers who don't know who you are, your parents, and how old you are, and that sort of thing.
I'm 14 years old. My name's Brielle. My parents' names are Kevin and Carrie Lux.
Gotcha. So was that your sister here that just
she's my
got interviewed? Awesome. So twins. Awesome. So tell me a little bit about the positions that you play on the field.
I usually just play center.
Gotcha. So center field. Now that's a position where kind of in control of the whole field. I mean, that center spot is really one that you need to be able to have speed, get to the balls. Is that really something that you're confident with in your ability playing center?
Mostly, yeah.
Yeah, just kind of get to any balls that you really can and make sure to take control out there and communicate. Love it. Awesome. So now tell me about one of your favorite memories this year. Maybe not this year, but over the past couple of years, something that you really liked and enjoyed about being on the softball team.
I don't know. It's just like the memories we made and just like the friendships.
Sure. Yeah, it cannot be, and it's different in my mind because it's I don't know if it's because it's summer and there's no school. It's just it's different kind of the summer sports. It's a lot tighter in my opinion. So awesome. Well, any goals that you have for yourself?
Just to improve myself in all the areas.
Gotcha. Absolutely. Well, thanks for chatting with me, Brielle, and we wish you the best of luck this year. All righty. And now our next MMCRU Royal, who am I speaking with?
Aubrey Dirks.
Awesome. How are you doing today?
Good.
Good. Great. So first of all, can you introduce yourself to our viewers and how old you are, who your parents are, and that sort of thing?
15, and my parents are Brian and Krista Dirks.
Gotcha. So 15, does that make you a freshman?
Yes.
Then awesome. So freshman. Were you on the team as an 8th grader as well?
Yeah.
Gotcha. So now kind of your second year, second time around. What are you kind of looking to improve on this year?
My batting and just on everything.
Yeah, everything, just kind of an all-around
Yeah.
improvement. I like that. Talk to me a little bit about the positions that you play on the field.
Outfield, mainly right field, and then I pitch once in a while.
Gotcha. So talk to me a little bit about the right field position. I mean, that's one in my mind where it's always when you're kind of in Little League, that right field position, just kind of you throw someone out there. But at this level, it's super, super important to have a great right fielder because especially if you have a really good pitcher, those right-handed batters, they can't catch up to it. They'll get a lot of balls to right field. So, I mean, tell me a little bit about your thoughts when you're in that position.
Well, mainly I think about covering, like
Sure.
first base. That's very important.
Oh,
right
yes.
field, 'cause
Yep.
it'll go past.
Yep.
And then you don't get as many balls as left
Sure.
or center, but you still got to be ready.
Yeah.
For
Absolutely. Well, and I really like that point about backing up first because I know I was a first baseman, and that was something that my right fielder did that I loved. And it would be one of those things where maybe 9 times out of 10, nothing happens. You run over there to cover, and the first baseman gets it perfectly. But that one time that it does get by, and you're there to kind of help, it could really make the difference. So I really like that philosophy from you. Any goals that you have this year?
well, I just came back from an injury, so I'm
Gotcha.
hoping to get back to normal with that. and
Gotcha.
then
Just trying to
improve from there.
get
yeah.
back to 100% and then increase from there. Love it. So, well, anyway, thanks for chatting with me, and best of luck tonight, and also best of luck this year on the team.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you. And now we have our next MMCRU Royal. And now who am I speaking with? All right, and how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good. So first of all, kind of tell us a little bit about yourself, how old you are, who your parents are, and that sort of thing.
I'm 14, and my parents are Jackie and Jason Grage.
Gotcha. So 14. Are you an 8th grader or a freshman?
I'm an 8th grader.
8th grader. So 8th grader on the team. Now, tell me a little bit, now an 8th grader, the transition kind of up to this high school level, how has that been? Has it been easy, or has it kind of been a challenge? Difficult, sure.
I've been used to it now since we have so many practices and games that I've gotten used to what we've been doing now.
Absolutely, and that difficult part of it, that only makes you better, as they say. So any goals that you have for yourself this year, and I know you're just an 8th grader, but either for yourself or from a team standpoint, what you'd like to accomplish?
Get better at my pitching skills and do different pitches.
Gotcha. So you are a pitcher, obviously, but any other positions that you play?
Nope, I just pitch.
Just pitch. Gotcha. So talk to me a little bit about when you are in that circle and you are called upon to pitch. What are some of the things that you really like to focus on when you're pitching?
I like to focus on the batter to see if she's really good at high or low balls or inside or outside.
Sure.
Or how slow she would be
Yeah.
up and stuff.
Really getting that feedback from what you see, almost exactly like a batter does to the pitcher. You're seeing you're sizing her up and seeing what she's doing, making you pitch more effectively. I love it. Now, tell me a little bit about anything that coming into this year that you're really excited about, or anything that you're just really looking forward to.
Cheering for my teammates.
Gotcha. Absolutely. Well, anyway, thanks for speaking with me, and we wish you the best of luck this year. Thank you. And the Royals are in a nice, easy rotation now as our next MMCRU Royal. Who am I speaking with?
Rhea Staub.
Awesome. And how are you today?
Good.
Good. So, for those viewers and listeners who aren't familiar with who you are, maybe start by telling us a little bit about yourself, who your parents are, and that sort of thing.
My parents are Kim and Adam Staub. I'm 14, an 8th grader.
Gotcha. So an 8th grader on the team, and I'm going to ask you kind of a similar question I like to ask the 8th graders. How's kind of the transition been up here to the high school level? I know sometimes it can be maybe a little bit difficult, but kind of part of everyone's process. And how's that been for you?
I like it way more. There's different coaches, new people.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Kind of that kind of just new atmosphere, new things about it. I love that. Yeah. Now, tell me a little bit about the positions that you play on the field.
I play left field mostly, sometimes shortstop.
Gotcha. So left field and shortstop. So that's kind of an interesting combo, both an outfield position and an infield position. So which would you say that you like better, outfield or infield?
Probably outfield.
Outfield, yeah. What do you think, you're better at the outfield, or you're just really good at, you think, tracking the balls down as they go? Awesome. So now, any goals that you have?
Just to improve on everything.
Yeah, just kind of an overall comprehensive improvement.
Yeah.
Love it. Well, we wish you the best of luck today and also this year, but thanks so much for chatting with me.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's okay. It's okay. Perfect. And we're handing the mic off to the next person. Appreciate it. And who am I speaking with?
Kaylee Gravenish.
All right, Kaylee, how are you doing?
Oh, just wonderful.
Awesome. So now tell me a little bit about yourself, maybe, and for those viewers who aren't familiar with who you are, how old you are, who your parents are, and that sort of thing.
All right, I'm a senior. My parents are Megan Hubrock and Jake and Morgan Gravenish, and that's me.
Gotcha. So a senior on the team, and tell me about the positions that you play.
I pitch and I play first base.
Gotcha. And what are you playing positions tonight? Which one of those are you doing?
I'm not sure.
Gotcha. We'll have to just wait and see, maybe.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about the pitching position. When you are called upon to go in the circle, what's something that you really like to make sure you're thinking about at all times?
I think about the color blue. I find the color blue really relaxing.
Yeah.
So when I throw 3 bad pitches in a row and I have a 3-0 count, I just, blue's a pretty color.
Yeah.
And it just kind of calms me down.
I love it. I mean, whatever you do to get there, to kind of just wipe that bad pitch away, whether it's thinking of the color blue, I've heard other people have other things to kind of reset their brain.
Well,
that's
and
kind of what you have
everything's
to
blue
do.
around here because our color's blue. So you just look around and you're like, oh, okay.
Kind of an easy way to remember.
Yeah.
You'll never forget that color either. So any goals that you have this year?
I really want to hit a home run, but another goal I had was to go 1 inning without hitting a batter, and I've done that so far, so don't want to break that streak.
Awesome. So already kind of goal accomplished in that way. So hopefully just can keep the streak alive. Well, best of luck to you this year. I appreciate you sitting down to chat with me, and also best of luck this season.
Thank you.
All right, and now we have our next MMCRU Royal, and who am I speaking with?
Mike and you.
All right, and how are you doing?
I'm good.
Awesome. So, first of all, for those viewers and listeners who aren't familiar with who you are, tell us a little bit about yourself, how old you are, and who your parents are.
I'm a senior. My parents are Heather and Colin Youd. My dad is the assistant coach. So
Gotcha.
it's nice to have him around.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah. So, what positions do you play on the team?
I play short mainly, and then second every once in a while. So.
Gotcha. So talk to me about that shortstop position. Now that's one of those where kind of got to be the commander of the infield and really have to take control. Is that something you're comfortable with?
Yes, I've been playing short for 3 years now. So I started my sophomore year, and I've found my comfort there, and I love leading the infield there because shortstop is our leadership of the infield. So I like that. And I'm comfortable there. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Any goals that you have, either for yourself or from a team standpoint this year that you'd really like to accomplish?
My goal this year is just to work hard and to enjoy my last year since I am a senior. So just to enjoy it. And it is my last high school sport, so I just want to relax and enjoy my last sport.
Absolutely. And then I like to ask this question, obviously, to all the seniors. Do you have any idea what you're going to be doing come this fall?
Yeah, so in the fall I'm attending Northwestern in Orange City, and I'm going to cheer for the Northwestern Raiders.
Awesome.
For football and competition, and then I will be going into PT school. So.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, best of luck to you. Thanks for chatting with me. But again, best of luck to you tonight, and also in your future endeavors.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And now our next MMCRU Royal, up to bat, if you will. Who am I speaking with?
Brianna Staub.
All right, Brianna, and how are you doing?
Good.
Good. So let's start by kind of introducing yourself, how old you are, and your parents, that sort of thing.
I'm a junior, and my parents are Jackie and Jesse Staub.
Gotcha. So a junior on the team, now kind of in that upperclassman role this year. How has that been, kind of transitioning into the leadership role?
Pretty good. I've been on varsity since 8th grade year, so I feel like I know how to take the role from other seniors and juniors in the past.
Gotcha. You've really had some really great leadership over the year to look up to kind of transform you into it. Awesome. What positions do you play?
I play catcher and third once in a while. That was my main spot my 8th and freshman year.
Yeah.
And sophomore and junior year now I've been catching more.
Gotcha. So talk to me a little bit about that catcher position. Now that's one where I would say the most unique position on the field. I mean, you're the only one facing that other direction. You're touching the ball every time. I mean, you kind of have to have that full field commandment and that presence of leadership. I mean, what are your thoughts on that position?
My biggest thing is to make sure you always stop the ball, even no matter what. To talk a lot because I'm the only one that can see the whole field, see what's going on. So I try to just talk the whole time and just try to let everyone else know what's going on.
Absolutely. Any goals that you have this year, either for yourself or from a team standpoint, that you really like to accomplish?
For a team, I feel like just win more games than we did last year.
Yeah.
Be more positive, just have fun.
Yeah. Absolutely. And now I like to ask this to kind of my upperclassmen. And I tell you what, the outfits from these girls today that have been coming up here with the Hawaiian theme or whatever you guys are doing have just been crazy. But, I mean, it seems that you guys are really tight-knit and a really tight-knit team. I mean, what's some of your favorite memories that you've experienced here on the softball team?
Oh, definitely our team bonding nights when we go out and we play hostage.
Okay.
It's a pretty fun game. It gets intense, but it's always been a great memory.
Yeah, definitely a safer game than the word entails, I assure you. But awesome. So best of luck to you tonight in the game, and then best of luck to you the rest of this year.
Thank you.
Thanks for chatting. All right, and our next MMCRU Royal, who am I speaking with?
Cassie Weiler.
All right, Cassie, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm awesome. So start by kind of introducing yourself to the viewers and listeners who aren't familiar with who you are, who your parents are, how old you are, that sort of thing.
I'm a junior. My parents are Jeff and Darla Weiler.
Awesome. So what positions do you play here on the softball team?
I do pitching, and I'm a right field.
Gotcha. So talk to me a little bit about the pitching position, and what do you think is the most important thing that you really like to keep in mind when you enter the circle and get that opportunity?
Just making sure that I try to do my best because I'm one of probably the main people out there. If I'm not pitching good, then our game's probably not going to go the greatest. So.
Sure. I mean, do you think that, some people I feel like that could be a lot of pressure, to be out there and to kind of have those expectations. Is that something that you're comfortable with at this point in your high school career?
Yeah, I think later on, as I've gotten older, it's been
It's helped a lot.
Yeah, kind of just gotten used to it and
Mhm.
kind of gotten used to
Yes.
that type of atmosphere. Any goals that you have, either for yourself or from a team standpoint this year, that you're really shooting to accomplish?
For myself is to just be more positive and have more fun and to do a little bit better at batting than I did last year.
Gotcha, absolutely. And then, what's a favorite memory that you have over the course of your history here on the team?
I would have to say the same thing as Brianna. Playing hostage is really fun.
Yeah, awesome. Well, you could tell when it's some of the best memories because everyone will have the same one. So that's one of those where I'm sure it was a great night and a great experience. So best of luck to you, obviously, tonight, and best of luck to you this year.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, and now we have another Royal.
Hi.
And who am I speaking with?
Isabel Richardson.
All right, Isabel, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good. So, first of all, kind of start by introducing yourself, who you are, how old you are, and who your parents are.
I'm a junior, and my parents are Christina Dockery and Jill Richardson.
Gotcha. So, a junior on the team, kind of that upperclassman now. How has that been this year so far?
It's good. Well, I feel like our team is really, really close, so I feel like we're all equal, but we just have the leadership roles here and there.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. Talk to me a little bit about the positions that you play on the field.
I'm a pitcher, and sometimes I DH when I'm not pitching.
Gotcha.
That's about it.
So now talk to me a little bit about the DH position first. Now that one is definitely unique as, you know, you can be sitting around for a little bit and really kind of have to keep yourself engaged, keep yourself ready to go, keep yourself, effective when, your teammates are kind of out there in the field at any given time. You're kind of just having to stay focused in the dugout. What's kind of your approach when there's any given night you happen to be DHing?
Just staying up and making sure to cheer on the team and keep telling everybody to keep going, so when I go up to the plate, I'm ready.
Yeah, absolutely.
Positive.
Absolutely. It's kind of, to me, it's one of those things where it's like those varsity starters will go out into the field, and then you still kind of have a varsity starter in the dugout at all times too. So that's still, in my mind, kind of the benefit of having that, keeping the dugout alive and that sort of thing as well. Now talk to me about kind of the pitching side of things. When you do get called to kind of go in the circle, what's really your mindset and your approach to pitching?
I've been pitching for a while, and I started when I was younger, and it would always scare me. So now it's just go out there and have fun. I mean, the nerves have kind of been shaken off. I mean, so every once in a while it's a little scary, but it's
absolutely. They've had like that.
Positive.
The nerves have been shaken out of you. You've had so many that there's none. Love it. And then any goals this year?
Well, there's always hitting that home run.
Absolutely.
I'm always looking for that, and just pitch the best I can.
Yep.
Just hoping for that.
Absolutely. Well, best of luck tonight,
you.
and best of luck to you this year. Thanks for chatting. All righty. Is that everybody?
I think so.
All right. Awesome. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. All right, and finally we're kind of all through the Royals athletes, and now here now to Coach, and who am I speaking with?
Kelly Tenniger.
Awesome, Coach. So first of all, kind of introduce yourself for maybe those of us who aren't familiar with who you are. How long have you been here at MMCRU and that sort of thing?
I'm Kelly Tenniger, live south of Remsen. I've been with MMCRU since we have joined schools. My son came in as a junior, and I had a daughter graduate last year as well, and I have a freshman daughter now.
Gotcha, absolutely. So definitely some kids kind of in the athletic programs as well, I'm sure. So what's one thing, this year so far that you've seen as a coach that you're really, really pleased with and kind of excited to build on going into the rest of the season?
They're willing to learn.
Sure.
They're definitely willing to learn and work hard. Definitely working on the mental aspect of the game, and I see that getting stronger every day. And coming in and working through some hard situations.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we just kind of got a sense of the team, coming through in terms of the breakdown, but I see that you've obviously got a nice little group of seniors, but some nice freshmen and eighth graders kind of coming up. What are your thoughts kind of on the future of the program and how that's progressing?
I think it looks really bright. We have some great leadership with our seniors and some great leadership with our juniors. Unfortunately, we have no sophomores out, but our freshmen and eighth graders are a hard-working group and very eager to learn. So I definitely think they're going to bring a bright future for us coming forward. So with all that together, with every single class, it will be a great season.
Sure. And I know very, very early in the season so far, Coach, but through the first couple of games and the first weeks of practice, what do you feel are the real strengths of the team this year?
We're really starting to come together as a team. Communication, I've been working a lot on communication because that's key, I think, in every sport that we play. And they're really starting to come together, working as a team and telling each other and helping each other out. what they need to do on the field and even in the dugout.
Gotcha. Now talk to me a little bit about kind of the program in general, and as that's kind of coming into the future, what's something you're most looking forward to kind of as the coach of the MMCRU girls softball team coming forward?
Really just staying together as a team, taking something from what they have learned in the game of softball and bringing it through life. Because I think that every aspect of the game is something you can take forward in life, no matter what you're going to do, whether you're going to carry on your athletic career or if you're going to move on into the work world. So I think just keep going forward and seeing everybody work together and what they can learn from the game.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, I appreciate your time and appreciate you hosting us here for this game tonight and also this Meet the Team segment. So best of luck tonight and best of luck this season.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching this exclusive broadcast on Fuller Digital Solutions. To receive notifications and links about your favorite team's live streams, join our text club by scanning this QR code or text the word on the screen to the number shown. If your business would like to be a sponsor on broadcasts like this, please reach out to us at fullerdigitalsolutions@gmail.com. Join us all year long for coverage of your favorite team on Fuller Digital Solutions.